Story 1. The story begins with a group of Walmart employees who work the night shift. They are bored and tired of their job, and they often complain about their low pay, long hours, and rude customers. They are also curious about the basement of the store, which is off limits to them. They have heard rumors that the basement is haunted, or that it contains some secret experiments, or that it hides a treasure. They decide to sneak into the basement one night, to see what's there and to have some fun. The night shift at Walmart was the worst. The store was empty, the lights were dim, and the music was annoying. The employees had to deal with inventory, cleaning, and security, while getting paid minimum wage and having no benefits. They hated their job, and they hated their boss, Mr. Smith, who was a strict and mean old man who never gave them a break. The only thing that kept them going was their friendship and their curiosity. They were a diverse and lively group of people who liked to joke, gossip, and prank each other. They were also fascinated by the basement of the store, which was a mystery to them. They had never been there, and they had never seen anyone go there. They had only heard stories about it from other employees, customers, or online forums. Some said that the basement was haunted by the ghosts of the people who had died in the store, either by accidents, murders, or suicides. Some said that the basement was a secret laboratory where Walmart conducted experiments on animals, humans, or aliens. Some said that the basement was a treasure vault where Walmart stored its money, gold, or artifacts. They wanted to see the basement for themselves, to prove or disprove the rumors, and to have some fun. They had tried to access the basement before, but they had always failed. The basement door was locked, and they had no key. They had tried to pick the lock, to hack the code, to break the door, but nothing worked. They had also tried to ask Mr. Smith for permission, but he had always refused and had warned them to stay away from the basement, or else. But they were not deterred. They were determined to find a way to the basement and to explore it. They had a plan, and they had a chance. They had learned that Mr. Smith was going to be away for a week on a business trip. They had also found a crowbar in the maintenance room that they thought could open the door. They had decided to sneak into the basement one night when the store was closed and when no one was watching. They had agreed to meet at the basement door at midnight and to bring their flashlights, cameras, and weapons. They were ready to embark on their adventure and to discover the secrets of the basement. They had no idea what they were getting into. It was his first day at Walmart, and he was nervous. He had applied for the job as a stocker, hoping to earn some extra money for college. He had heard that Walmart was a good place to work, with flexible hours, friendly staff, and generous discounts. He had also heard that Walmart was a bad place to work, with low pay, long shifts, and harsh conditions. He didn't know what to expect, but he was willing to give it a try. He arrived at the store and checked in with the manager, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones was a tall and thin man with a bald head, a mustache, and glasses. He looked stern and serious, but he was polite and professional. He welcomed him to the team and gave him a brief orientation. He explained the rules, the duties, and the expectations of the job. He also gave him a name tag, a uniform, and a locker. He then introduced him to his co-workers, who were waiting in the break room. They were a diverse and lively group of people who greeted him warmly and enthusiastically. They were all stockers who worked in the stock room, where they organized, labeled, and moved the products that were delivered to the store. They told him their names, their stories, and their tips. They seemed friendly and helpful, but they also seemed nervous and wary. They kept glancing at the clock, at the door, and at each other. They also kept whispering, joking, and warning him about the stockroom. They told him that the stockroom was haunted, or cursed, or infected, and that he should be careful. They told him that they often heard strange whispers and disembodied voices coming from the depths of the stockroom, and that they didn't know what they were or what they wanted. They told him that some of the previous stockers had gone missing, or crazy, or dead after working in the stockroom. They told him that he should never go alone never go too far, and never stay too long in the stockroom. He was skeptical and dismissive of their stories, and thought that they were just trying to scare him, or prank him, or test him. He was confident and curious, and wanted to prove himself and to find out the truth. He decided to ignore their warnings and to explore the stockroom. He went alone, he went far, and he stayed long in the stockroom. He started to hear the whispers and the voices, and he tried to locate them and to communicate with them. He thought that they were coming from the speakers, or the vents, or the pipes, and that they were part of a hoax or a glitch or a malfunction. He thought that he could fix them, or stop them, or expose them. He was wrong. The whispers and the voices were not what they seemed. They were not human, or natural, or harmless. They were something else, something dark, something evil. They were the whispers and the voices of the stockroom, and they had a mind, a will, and a power of their own. They were aware of him, and they were interested in him. They wanted to lure him, to manipulate him, to consume him. They used his name, his memories, his emotions, and his desires to draw him deeper into the stockroom and to isolate him from his co-workers. They played with his mind, his senses, his perception, and his reality to confuse him, to frighten him, to drive him to the brink of sanity. He started to hear them everywhere, all the time, even when he was not in the stockroom. He started to hear them in his head, in his dreams, in his thoughts. He started to hear them say things that he didn't understand, or that he didn't want to hear, or that he couldn't believe. He started to hear them say things like, "Come to us, we are waiting for you. We have something for you. Join us, we are your friends. We have what you need. Trust us. We are your family. We have what you want. Love us. We are your lovers. We have what you crave. Hate us. We are your enemies. We have what you fear. Kill us. We are your victims. We have what you deserve. Kill them. They are your rivals. They have what you envy. Kill yourself. You are our prey. We have what you owe." He started to see things, to feel things, to do things that he couldn't explain or understand or stop. He started to see shadows, figures and faces, in the corners, in the mirrors, in the dark. He started to feel cold spots, touches, and breaths on his skin, on his neck, on his lips. He started to do things that were out of character, out of control, out of order. He started to harm himself, to harm others, and to harm the store. He started to cut himself, to scratch himself, to burn himself. He started to hit others, to bite others, to stab others. He started to break things, to spill things, to set things on fire. He started to act as the agent, the servant, the host of the whispers and the voices. He started to become one of them. He lost his grip on reality, his sense of self, and his connection to others. He became paranoid, violent, and suicidal. He alienated his co-workers, his friends, and his family. He quit his job, his school, and his life. He locked himself in his room, in his car, in his mind. He waited for the whispers and the voices, for their instructions, for their commands. He waited for the night, for the darkness, for the end. The story ends with a twist, revealing that the whispers and the voices are not the only ones in the stockroom, but that there are others, who are worse, who are waiting, who are hungry. The whispers and the voices are just the bait, the trap, the door, to something more sinister, more ancient, more powerful. The whispers and the voices are just the beginning, the introduction, the invitation to the true horror of the stockroom. The story ends with him accepting the invitation and entering the door and meeting the others. The story ends with him becoming the whisper, the voice, the stockroom. The Walmart that never closes. It was 11:59 p.m. and they were almost done. They had worked hard and they had worked fast. They had stocked the shelves, cleaned the aisles, and checked the inventory. They had followed the rules, the procedures, and the instructions. They had done their job, and they had done it well. They were ready to go home, to rest, to relax. They were ready to end the night and to start the day. They were the night shift workers at Walmart, and they were a close-knit team. They had been working together for a long time, and they had become friends. They knew each other's names, stories, and personalities. They supported each other, joked with each other, and cared for each other. They were more than co-workers. They were family. They were also survivors, fighters, and heroes. They had faced many challenges, dangers, and horrors. They had endured many trials, tests, and traps. They had escaped many enemies, monsters, and nightmares. They had lived through the same night, over and over again. They had been trapped in a temporal loop that had forced them to relive the same night, over and over again. They didn't know how it had started, or why it had happened, or who was behind it. They only knew that it had something to do with Walmart, and that it had something to do with them. They had discovered that the store was stuck in a loop that repeated itself every night, at midnight. They had discovered that the store was isolated from the outside world, and that they were cut off from any help. They had discovered that the store was infested with other entities that were hostile and that were hunting them. They had discovered that the store was a nightmare, that was changing and adapting to their fears, and that was trying to kill them. They had tried to break the loop, to understand the loop, and to escape the loop. They had tried to find clues, to solve puzzles, and to uncover secrets. They had tried to work together, to trust each other, and to help each other. They had also tried to cope with their emotions, their memories, and their guilt. They had learned more about the loop, its origin, its purpose, and its connection to Walmart. They had discovered that the loop was created by a mysterious force that was using the store as a testing ground, a playground, or a feeding ground. They had also discovered that the loop had rules, patterns, and loopholes that they could use to their advantage. They had succeeded, and they had failed. They had lived, and they had died. They had repeated the same night, over and over again. They had lost count of how many times they had done it, and they had lost hope of ever stopping it. They had become numb, tired, and desperate. They had become prisoners, victims, and puppets. They had become the night shift workers at Walmart, and they were trapped in the Walmart that never closes. They find a way to escape the loop by using a loophole that they discover. They find out that the loop is controlled by a device that is hidden in the manager's office, and that can be deactivated by a code that is written on a note, that is attached to a key, that is hidden in a box, that is locked in a safe, that is guarded by a monster, that can be killed by a weapon, that is stored in a cabinet, that is located in the stockroom. They manage to get the key, the note, the code, and the device, and they enter the code, and they deactivate the device, and they break the loop. They see the clock move, and the time change. They see the doors open, and the windows clear. They see the store reconnect, and the help arrive. They see the loop end and the night end. They are happy, and they are relieved. They hug each other, and they cheer. They thank each other, and they apologize. They are free, and they are alive. They are ready to go home, to rest, to relax. They are ready to end the night and to start the day. They are wrong. The loop is not broken, but paused. The loop is not ended, but delayed. The loop is not stopped, but reset. The loop is waiting and watching and preparing. The loop is ready to start again and to repeat again. The loop is ready to trap them again and to kill them again. They don't notice that the clock is slowing down and that the time is reversing. They don't notice that the doors are closing and that the windows are darkening. They don't notice that the store is disconnecting and that the help is leaving. They don't notice that the loop is starting and that the night is not ending. They don't notice that the whispers and the voices are back and that they are laughing. They don't notice that the whispers and the voices are saying, "Welcome to Walmart. We are open 24/7. We hope you enjoy your stay."